And now, 6 Sports presents the Dean Trailways 5th Quarter.
We have officially made it through the halfway point of the high school football regular season. Thanks for tuning into this Week 5 edition of the Dean Trailways 5th Quarter. I'm Ian Kress.
And I'm Tyler Driesinga. We have 3 matchups featuring the top 2 teams in a conference on tonight's show, and we start with the unbeaten clash between Michigan Center and Leslie. Leslie held a 20-8 lead at halftime, but after fumbling on its first possession of the third quarter, Michigan Center got into a rhythm. Hayden Hinkle fires a touchdown pass to Travis Collins to trim the deficit to 20-16. Then one of the best touchdowns I've seen this year. Hinkle fakes the pitch, then later decides, you know what, I am going to pitch it. And Braylon Brown reverses field, then outraces everybody to pay dirt. The Cardinals take the lead 23-20. Fourth quarter now. Davion King caps off another Michigan Center drive with a touchdown. The Cardinals scored 28 straight points in the second half, take a 36-20 lead. But Leslie fights back. Joel Cranmore steps up and hits Braden Johnson over the middle. He's gone for a long touchdown, the first of 2 he scored in the final 3 minutes of the game. The second one came with just 38 seconds on the clock. So Leslie's down 36-32, needs to recover the onside kick to have a shot, and it's the kicker, Jackson Fawcett, who pounces on the loose ball. Blackhawks keep hope alive. But on the next play, King gets into the backfield for the sack and forces a fumble. Chris Fox recovers it to seal the victory. Michigan Center hangs on to win 36-32 on a night Troy Allen learned what his team is really made of.
At the end of the day, it wasn't the prettiest game by any means, but I think that we have not had a whole lot of adversity yet this year, and this was the biggest thing I was concerned with is what are we going to do when things aren't always going great? And I got to see what my team's about tonight, and that's pretty exciting moving forward.
Elsewhere in the Jackson area, Lumen Christi hosting a Dearborn Divine Child team that hasn't given up a point this season. That changes on the first Titan drive as Benny Gaston caps off a long drive with a QB sneak. 7-0 Lumen Christi. Second quarter, Divine Child quarterback Drew Sheridan scrambles and then fires a pass across his body. The ball pops out at the end here, but they would rule it a catch. A big first down for the Falcons. Less than a minute to go in the half. Sheridan finishes off the drive by finding Gianni Joganich in the end zone. That Divine Child defense was as good as advertised. The Falcons go on to top Lumen Christi 17-13.
Well, over at Jackson High, it was homecoming night as the Vikings hosted Tecumseh. In the first quarter, Indians quarterback Chance Gormley throws it across the middle of the field, and he connects with his wide receiver Jeremy Bennett, who does the rest from there. A 55-yard touchdown, and Tecumseh draws first blood. Jackson would have a response, though. On the easy touchdown run is quarterback Jaden Ramirez. At the goal line, the Vikings went for 2 and converted to take a 2-point lead. In the second quarter, the Vikings had the ball back, and Kylan Davis fires a deep pass downfield. Quentin Rawls makes the incredible catch in the end zone for Jackson. However, Tecumseh would take down Jackson tonight 33-14. Well, Leslie and Michigan Center was our first unbeaten matchup of the night. Another one took place in the CAAC Red.
Yeah, Williamston and St. John's sit atop the conference standings. And for more on this matchup, we bring in our DeSherian McBroom and Kara Adams.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Last year, St. John's got the best of Williamston, and we're looking to make it 2 straight wins over the Hornets.
Which is easier said than done, considering Williamston has shut out their last 2 opponents. So let's go to St. John's High School to see what went down. Both St. John's and Williamston were looking to stay undefeated, and well, when I got there, Williamston led 36-0 at the half. So right into the third quarter here, Miles Keener finds the gap. He's making his way downtown, gets bumped out of bounds. But man, how about that run to put his team into red zone territory? And Caleb Nelson with the simple little handoff to Joe Smith, who runs it in, giving him his 3rd touchdown of the night, and he makes it 42-0. St. John's, they're looking to at least get something on the board here. Quarterback's looking to go deep. He sends it long, but it is just overthrown. And St. John's, they just couldn't get anything going against that dominant Williamston defense. So Williamston went on to win it 43-0 and recorded their third straight shutout of the season. And suddenly the Hornets find themselves 5-0.
It's really good. Here we go. The motivation for this year came last year, and our kids are buying in. Everybody talks about doing it, but when the kids actually do it 7 days a week, they're getting after it in practice and film watching. I mean, I'm a math teacher, and they're in my classroom in 6 hours saying, hey, what about this play? How do we cover this? I mean, it's just all those details. These kids are taking it very seriously, and it's personal for them. So it was fun to see them explode out tonight.
I mean, it all goes to practice. Like our Wednesday practice, our offense and defensive day, I mean, there's like almost fights going on. We're getting after each other. Our scout team does a great job. It's all of our starting linemen. So we're just getting after each other, and we're just going hard every week in practice every day.
That's a really good team right there. And a king and queen were crowned tonight at Fowlerville as they took on Hazlitt for homecoming. Late in the third quarter, Fowlerville's Zach Juaperi gets the toss, bouncing to the outside. He's in for the 15-yard touchdown to put the Gladiators up 12-7. In the fourth, Corey Amokari gets the handoff, gonna break 2 tackles, and he is gone. He would go 64 yards on the house call, and that gives Hazlitt the 13-12 lead. Later, Fowlerville trying to make something happen, but Asher Newman gets the sack for Hazlitt. That's a big stop right there for them. And late in the game, John Quavion Thomas puts the icing on the cake as he gets in for the touchdown, as Hazlitt would escape with the 20-12 win over Fowlerville.
We were down, going into that fourth quarter, and our guys just kept battling, and they knew that, hey, in the end, like we are ready for this moment in the fourth quarter, and I'm proud of the guys for pulling through.
It's to come together as a team, and just because it's their homecoming, we felt the disrespect, so we had to come out here and show them what it was.
Just grit, just getting after it, every play. We were down, but hey, we just kept fighting in.
All right, and Gary Houghton and Mason Bulldogs on the road at Lansing Eastern. First quarter, Mason gets it started early as Hayden Dickerson gets the toss. He's in for the 6-yard touchdown, making it look easy as they're up 7-0. Second quarter, Garrett Coate rolls out to his left, looks back right, and from midfield finds Hendrickson, who does the rest, speeding up the sideline, shakes the defense, and he's going to cruise in for another touchdown as Mason goes up 14-0. And after an interception, gives it back to the Bulldogs. Coate airs it out to a wide open Luke Goss, who determined to get in the end zone for the tutty. Mason goes on to win 42-6 over Lansing Eastern.
All right, well, it's time for our first break of the night. When we come back, we'll focus in on another clash for first place.
Yeah, Ovid LC was taking on Montrose on military night. Both teams 3-0 in league play coming in.
Yeah, plus Charlotte was on the road taking on Lansing Sexton and looking for its 4th straight win. That and more next on the Dean Trailways 5th quarter.
Welcome back. In the Mid-Michigan Activities Conference, Montrose and Ovid Elsie are the only two teams to start 3-0 in conference play.
Montrose is averaging over 40 points per game. So Ovid Elsie had a pretty big task on their hands tonight to try and stop that powerful Rams offense. But it was actually a slower start offensively for both teams tonight. Into the first quarter here, and the Martyrs with a big stop here as they take down quarterback Eli Moore. Getting things going on the defensive end, and the defense was the story of the first quarters. It was 0-0 heading into the second. But right here, early into the second, Ovid Elsie goes for the field goal. Danica Campbell makes it to give the Martyrs the 3-0 lead. But just a couple minutes later, the Rams find themselves in red zone territory. Moore with a touchdown pass to Damari Daly to put the Rams up 7-3. And while it wasn't the high-scoring game Montrose was used to, they got the job done 14-10 and improved to 5-0 and 4-0 in conference play.
Well, tonight in the CAAC Blue, DeWitt took down East Lansing 58-7 and improved to 5-0. And
also Lansing Everett fell at home to Grand Blanc 41-6 for its first loss of the season.
As for other teams in the CAAC Blue looking to improve to 5-0, Grand Ledge on the road taking on Waverly. The Comets had no problem marching down the field on their first drive. They cap it off with Nick Terranova connecting with Kingston Nixon for the first points of the game. Grand Ledge would recover the ensuing kickoff and quickly added to the lead. Anthony Baker gets the handoff, gets to the outside for another GLTD. Later in the first quarter, the Comets were in striking distance again, and senior Mason Myers powers into the end zone. Grand Ledge takes down Waverly 52-7 and improves to 5-0. Staying in the CAAC Blue, Okemos was hosting Holt for its homecoming game. In the second quarter, Holt was leading 7-0. Okemos, though, was right on the doorstep of tying things up. Quarterback Blake Burke rolls to his left and finds Brett Burark in the end zone, and we have a 7-7 ball game. However, the Holt offense would strike in a hurry just before halftime. Ethan Melville fires downfield, finds Makai Williams in the end zone. Holt led 14-7 at the break and did not look back in the second half. Melville on the QB keeper fools our camera for a minute, scores another touchdown for the Rams. Later in the third quarter, Holt going to get a little tricky with it. LaDon Hatcher gets the handoff, flips it to Williams on the end around, and Williams is going to go with a hop, skip, and a do down the sideline for another touchdown. Holt takes down Okemos tonight 42-14.
In the CAAC White, Charlotte was in search of its fourth straight win, was taking on Lansing Sexton on the road. We pick it up in the second quarter. The Orioles hand it off to freshman Bobby Horton, and he does not look like a freshman on this run. Horton bouncing off tacklers, and he cuts it back toward the sideline, setting Charlotte up in great scoring position. A few plays later, Orioles senior quarterback Evan Koloski scrambles in the backfield and will not be denied. Koloski eventually going to weave his way to the end zone to bring Charlotte within 2. However, just before halftime, Lansing Sexton has an answer. Quarterback Abdul Carter Foreman looking to the corner of the end zone, and Josiah Stewart makes the catch with the defender in his face. Lansing Sexton takes down Charlotte 34-18 for its second win of the year.
And it was homecoming at Lansing Catholic as the Cougars were taking on Eaton Rapids. Congrats to Jace Campbell on being homecoming king. The Greyhounds led 6-0 entering the third quarter, and on the first play of the fourth quarter, Lansing Catholic freshman QB Isaac Gallegos throws a dime to Leland Vanelstein in the end zone and ties the game at 6. As for the all very important extra point, it was going to be Gavin Rabideau, who already owns the school record for longest field goal, connects on the PAT and gives the Cougars the lead. Eaton Rapids was back on defense later in the quarter, and check out the one-handed interception by Owen Smith to give the Greyhounds a chance at the win. However, with 68 seconds remaining in the game, Lansing Catholic comes up with their own interception. Adam Monar with the pick gives Lansing Catholic the 7-6 win over Eaton Rapids and gives Jeremy Norris his first win as a head coach.